1872. The West was still wild. Settlers streamed to East Texas with the promise of cheap land and a chance to find a new way of life. The railroads were reaching out, and the train already stopped 3 days a week in Tyler. Most of the pioneers had little but the determination to create a bright future for their children and for their children. A handful of homesteaders had clustered on Bascom Road, a few miles east of Tyler. They'd get together and talk about the future they hoped to provide for their families. They realized that even in this wide open frontier, their children must have a formal education. So the men got together and built a one-room schoolhouse. They hired a teacher, and one of the families gave him room and board. The new schoolmaster took on about a dozen students. In 1900, the community voted to create the Bascom School District number 32. They scraped together enough tax and bond revenue to build a new 2-story schoolhouse. Still just one teacher, but 26 students by 1903. Soon after, they absorbed the nearby Chitwood School District. By 1911, 2 teachers and more than 60 students kept the Bascom School humming every day. They would study here through the 8th grade and then finish high school in Tyler. Farming sagged during the 20s and 30s, and a lot of our young people moved to the cities. The Depression hit hard. Customers at Horace Alfred's General Store paid their bills in eggs when cash was short. Still, School District 32 grew steadily. In 1936, 2 schools here were educating a couple of hundred children. 7 teachers were on staff. World War II transformed life for the entire nation, but our citizens stayed true to their vision. They merged with the Murph schools in 1941, and soon the Chapel Hill Independent School District was born. Even with the war raging, school construction surged. A new main building with gymnasium opened in 42, and another building shot up the next year. Student athletes competed around East Texas in baseball, basketball, football, and track throughout the war years. In 1943, school leaders planted an oak sapling and they named it the Learning Tree, a symbol of their commitment to future students. Today, it's a mature, majestic oak at the high school entrance, a testament to the unswerving dedication of Chapel Hill leaders and parents, that dedication now reaching back generations. 1945, peace at last. The same year, Chapel Hill welcomed the Jackson School into its system. Aside from Tyler, Jackson was the only high school in Smith County that would admit black students. 12 students proudly accepted their high school diplomas in 1951, Chapel Hill's first graduating class. And as the world entered the space age in the early 1960s, Chapel Hill kept growing. A band hall, ag building, cafetoriums, a library, and a field house would soon appear. Chapel Hill swelled to a 3A school district by 1971. Many parents worked nearby at the sprawling plant General Electric had built in the mid-50s. Technology was everywhere. It presented educational challenges and opportunities that the settlers of 1872 could never have imagined. Chapel Hill ISD in the 21st century is a big 4A system with 5 campuses, 3,600 students, 550 passionate, highly qualified teachers, staff, and administrators. The changes over nearly 150 years are stunning to consider. The one constant that has not changed since the days of the one-room Bascom schoolhouse is the determination to give our children a bright future. Today, we stay laser-focused on social and academic growth in an environment that is safe and nurturing, an environment that is technologically enriched, where high standards of character and ethics are expected. Shaping the future, one child at a time, the Chapel Hill way.